basically we used to live in villages, and they had shamans, they had the medicine men. So in all traditions, example, even in South Africa, you had the voodoo tradition. Nowadays they call it voodoo, and it has a negative connotation.
Right. Yes.
Just like how tantra has a negative connotation because of what the Westerners have portrayed it to be. Even that, it was the same way. In Haiti, right? When these Africans, they brought their traditions. That was how voodoo started. It transformed from voodoo to voodoo, and even there they had oracle traditions. So Karuppan Swamy worship, Muneeshwaran worship, all started with oracle tradition. In ancient Greece, you had the oracles of Delphi, and Greece was famous for their intellect, their Olympic games, and stuff like that. But all the kings, they would always seek the blessings of the oracle before they go to war, before they make negotiations with other states and things like that. In fact, actually, if you remember the movie 300, based on the Battle of Thermopylae, the oracle there, she was the mouthpiece of their god Apollo, and it was a very rigorous process of actually choosing the oracle. They went through a lot of tests. All far out people from Egypt, Afghanistan would come and seek the oracle. So as you remember, when the Persian army was trying to invade Greece, Leonidas, the Spartan king, would actually seek the advice of the Oracle of Delphi. They call her the Pythia. She would later on also be advising even Alexander the Great. When Leonidas asked for advice, she actually told him, "For you inhabitants of white-weight Sparta, either your great and glorious city will fall, or Sparta will mourn their dead king," from the line of Heracles. And back then, Spartan kings were said to descend from Hercules and Heracles. So in the same way, in the African tradition, they had deities like Papa Legba, Baron Samedi, who descended upon the shamans. The same way we had Chinese traditions. We had, they call it Sintua, the folk tradition. You had such oracles as well. And Karuppan Swamy worship, Muneeshwaran worship started with oracles within these villages.